Joining us today in Shot TV. We met up with the group as they've come here to get some photos taken, tour their old high school, check out their old lockers, their old classrooms. They've even got a photo taken in front of a mural that was painted the year they graduated. But this isn't just a reunion for one class, one high school. This has turned into a two-week epic, lots of graduating years, a huge community getting together in Winnipeg, lots of stuff going on this weekend as well. We'll talk to the organizer coming up in just a few moments. As well, we'll take you to the Métis People Pavilion at Folklorama and the Pearl of the Orient Philippine Pavilion. But let's get started with a trip down memory lane. Shot TV starts right now.
Shot TV, this might be the start of the show.
So Brian here with his old friends from high school. And Brian, have you ever been to bed yet?
barely, and we're still fishing them out now. Yeah.
Well, this has been one of the biggest reunions. I mean, the crowd today right here might be small on the steps, but we're not talking just one day or one school or one year.
Right. This grew into a 10-day epic festival, and that's why the middle of a day, middle of the week, we're still recovering. But yeah, people have come from three different continents, 25 different cities, Argyle to Ravenscourt, St. Mary's to St. Paul's, Kelvin to Grant Park. And so we needed to have 10 days of events in order to, you know, capture everything.
So what have you guys been doing so far?
Oh, one family who are parents of us were so excited the kids were coming home that they said, let's throw a Christmas in July party. So they decorated their house up like Christmas and threw the opening reception with Christmas presents wrapped and Christmas napkins and everything. And then we had a night in a nightclub last night, photos of Portage in Maine. Friday night there's a dance social, because that's what we used to do.
And where's that, Earl Grey?
At Earl Grey Community Club on Friday night with 8 bands and 30 musicians playing bluegrass to rock and roll. And then Saturday, of course, we have the all-star celebrity old-timers ball hockey game. Because if we're all coming back, we all got to play ball hockey at least once. And then it's all going to climax with a big house party, because that's how it all started.
Well, I'm not from Winnipeg, and this to me, I mean, every city, every high school has reunions, but this seems to me so specifically Winnipeg that it's, again, not just one class, but the brothers, the sisters, the friends, the family, the connections, and everybody coming home. That is very Winnipeg. Yeah, and that's how we grew up, you know, whether it was the weather that kept us inside in the wintertime, but we became, we were a close community. The whole city is a close community, and we would spend a lot of time in living rooms and getting to know each other and getting to know siblings, and that's why the idea of a specific grade for a specific class reunion is kind of false, because you all knew people older and you knew people younger, and that was really the family. It wasn't, we didn't start with the A's in the phone book, in the you know, high school yearbook. We just reached out to whoever anybody thought of, and for 4 months. And we tracked these people down by Google and Facebook, and it was a real detective job to find these people that no one had been in touch with for 30 years. And how has it been remaking these connections?
Oh, it's just fantastic. You know, all sorts of friendships have come out of this. Old boyfriends and girlfriends are talking for the first time, because there's an excuse now. You know, hey, did you hear about the reunion? And so person in, you know, Toronto can call the girlfriend in LA, and all over the world these kind of connections have been actually going on for 4 months. You didn't have to physically be sitting on the steps of Kelvin to experience it.
And for people watching right now who maybe weren't at Kelvin or weren't from your year, but who are watching and thinking, you know, this sounds like fun, and anyone can get involved at this point.
Yeah, well, yeah, we have people from the class of '65 through the class of 2007. Like 40-year span of people. And you know, if anybody out there is thinking of doing one, it's worth it, and it's rewarding every day for all of the human connections that are made. And I'm hearing stories by phone and by email from all over North America and the world about people who have reconnected with a loved friend that they had fallen out with 5, 10, 30 years ago, and now they're talking on the phone for 3 hours a night.
For the people watching who are thinking, I need to do this for my class, what's the first step? How do you even get something like this going?
Well, you use a computer and take a lot of notes, because you know, it was really hard to keep track of people, because so you'd have the people who were coming, and then you have to start a list of the people you're looking for. And I started with all the out-of-towners first, because that was going to be the hard. They were going to have to book vacation time and airfare and all of this kind of stuff. So work on the out-of-towners, and then the more more of them you get going, then as the date gets closer, start to work on the people closer and closer to the scene.
Tell me a little bit about your group here, your class. Your class of what, 79?
Did we have a spirit? As you know, here we are still in 79. This street out here, we painted in huge yellow letters, Grad 79 along the street. And we had an ongoing party out here for the whole last week of school. And it was really benevolent. It was really a bunch of good people, not doing stupid things, but sure having a lot of fun and a lot of spirit. And, you know, it's changed, it's imbued in us and has stayed with all of us ever since. And that's pretty powerful.
Well, for the kids watching, kids who graduated this year or maybe heading into the last year of high school, they may be watching going 30 years, oh, I can't even imagine. Yeah. But I know I'm heading into my 25th soon, and it honestly feels like yesterday. And when you see your friends, it's like, hey, you know, and that's kind of an important message for kids to get too, that these connections are important and they're with you for the rest of your life.
Yeah, make them, keep them, foster them, water the plants, you know, enjoy the flowers, and tend to your garden of friends. Because that's what you're going to be living in the rest of your life, and they're going to be with you and you with them.
Well, thanks for this Winnipeg homecoming. I know there's hundreds of people who are having fun over these past 2 weeks, and you're heading into a fantastic weekend. I know your gang's in there getting a tour of your old school, so we'll let you go and have a fantastic weekend.
Well, thank you very much. Yeah, you too.
Coming up right now on Shaw TV, Kim Babbage takes you out to a park and shows you some people learning some new mountain bike tricks.